just whenever it comes to worth and your health and fitness journey, like I always trust my clients, like we all want to look good. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to look good. It's just the fact that when we make that our main purpose, it will never be enough. It will never be enough. You will always be looking for that next thing to look like. You'll always find that next person you want to look like. And it's never enough. And so it is freeing to let go of that because the thing is when you choose to make healthy choices, knowing that you're living a healthy lifestyle, that is all that matters. And eventually, like you said, the physical side effects will come, but when you focus on the process and journey that gets you there rather than just always wanting that end goal immediately, it is so freeing.
Mhm. So what is your fitness journey? Did you have a certain you like alluded to some sort of epiphany that you had that hold on, I'm striving after this goal or whatever it is, but when it's that kind of thing when you get there, it's like the gold medal effect, isn't it? In the Olympics, when people strive towards a goal, then suddenly they're kind of submerged. It's quite a dramatic example, but they submerge into this big deep depression because they've achieved this goal now they have nothing to work towards. Which is also why having a goal that's not just aesthetics and maintaining it into your lifestyle
Mhm.
of fitness is a really good option to go for. But what was your fitness background and journey kind of up until this point?
Yeah. Um, so it's kind of funny looking back at my life as a teenager. So I grew up playing basketball, so I was like active in that sense. But when it came to food, oh my goodness. So I started working at Chick-fil-A when I was 14. I was homeschooled, so I was able to get a job and work quite a bit. And I just remember being like literally so unhealthy. I would see people eating salads and literally gag, be like, "You like, why are people eating those?" And it was just so funny. I literally was eating Taco Bell like 3 times a week, did nothing to take care of my health. Okay, like horrible. So when the pandemic hit in 2020, my boyfriend, who's now my husband at the time, he was working out quite a bit. And he was like, "Hey, do you want to come with me?" And I was like, "Sure." So I kind of started working out with him. And honestly, I started loving it. I grew up very weak, very skinny. And so that's just kind of what I was known as the skinny girl. And so when I started working out and gaining strength, I was like, holy moly, this is like actually kind of cool. But with that came a lot of pride. So I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm so cool. Like I'm starting to look so good. I'm getting muscular and stuff like that. Like my butt was growing and everything. And so of course I was like, oh, I look so cool. And so during that time, I also started being super consistent in my Bible reading, which is kind of when the Lord opened my eyes there. I'm going to kind of backtrack actually a little bit. So within that, I have always kind of been involved in social media and everything. And so it is so easy to fall into that comparison trap on there. So, of course, when I started my fitness journey, I started following all these other fitness girls and just saw how great they looked and like I wanted to look like them. And so I will say for a while in my fitness journey it was unhealthy. Like I just really thought that eating very low calories is what was going to help me be strong and healthy and look good and doing more cardio. Like I mean, I literally worked out like 7 days a week for like 2 hours. Like I it was like I did not have a good day if I did not make it to the gym. My happiness was reliant on that. And obviously there are scientific things like yeah, your endorphins are going to be boosted whenever you go to the gym, of course. But there's a difference between that and me like literally just being upset that, oh my gosh, like all my results are going to be gone because I'm not going to the gym. So there was some really unhealthy patterns that I had put myself into and very just wanted to like show myself off and everything like that. So just kind of some unhealthy things that I'd stepped into. And so going back to that, in the middle of that time is when I really started being consistent in my Bible reading. And so at that time I was working at Chick-fil-A 5 a.m. at the time. And I made a commitment to myself that no matter how late I got to bed that the night before, I was going to get up and I was going to read my Bible for 15 minutes. And it wasn't this, oh, I have to get up and read it for an hour. So that just shows you guys like you can spend 10 to 15 minutes in the Bible each morning, throwing that in there. But I started reading for 15 minutes. And one morning I was reading 1 Corinthians 10:31. And it says, whether you eat, you drink, or whatever you do it all for the glory of God. And really throughout that whole workday, I was really just meditating on that and thinking like, this journey is for me, 100% for me. That I look cool, that I'm chasing whatever I'm chasing here and I'm not making it about God. Like, what's my why? Where am I going to find fulfillment in literally just chasing this body goal? Like, where am I going to find fulfillment in people thinking that I'm cool? Like, that literally means nothing.